Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction.
Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com, and today I have a special guest, my husband Dan.
Hello.
Today we are going to be having a long English conversation because over 2 years ago, back in February 2020, we made this conversation and millions of you loved this and said that it helped you to immerse yourself in English and have a fun time. So today we're going to be doing something similar. We'll be talking about at least 10, possibly more topics, and we'll be giving our opinions and stories and ideas.
Banter.
Yes, whatever comes up along the way. And there will be subtitles for key phrases down here, but you can also click CC to get the full subtitles so that you don't miss any words. All right, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. But wait, before we get started, like always, I have created a free PDF worksheet for this lesson that you can download. Never forget what you are about to learn. You can click on the link in the description to download this free PDF worksheet today, and you will have a chance to answer all of today's questions too.
Ooh.
Okay, are you ready for question number 1?
Yes, I'm ready. What is it?
Question number 1.
What is the meaning of life?
Oh, that would be a good start. Topic number 1 is family, and I'm going to be putting the timestamps for all of these topics in the description. So if you want to re-watch any of these sections, you can easily skip to them. My first question is about family, and that is, what is an interesting fact about your family history?
Interesting fact. Well, I don't know too much about my mom's side of the family. I know they've been in the United States for a long time, but they just didn't really keep any records. But on my dad's side, on the other hand, I have I had a particularly detail-oriented grandmother.
Yes.
Who would remember everything about her childhood, and she went back and looked at, I don't even know how she found documents about where they came from. So her family was in Germany, near, I can't remember, I think it's Hamburg, and Grandpa was also from somewhere in Germany, and both of them just happened to move to eastern Kansas, which is, if you've ever been to Kansas, it's just cornfields and that's it. It's not a very beautiful place. But somehow they ended up in Kansas, and my grandma would always give lots of details about growing up there on the farm and how they didn't have electricity. And she would go on about these stories about, this is how she would talk. One time, me and my brother Bern, we went to the backyard and filled up the tin bucket with hot boiling water. And he took all the hot water, Daniel.
She remembered it was a tin bucket.
Yeah. And it was Cousin Bern, and it was, Uncle Freddie, people like that. I think her father's name was Freddie.
Oh, that's
Frederick.
our son's name.
So yeah, I don't know how interesting that is, but it's the only cultural knowledge I have about my past. The other side of the family, they just, we lived in Virginia a long time ago.
Yeah.
And my great-grandfather was a coal miner, apparently. So kind of interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool though, that because in the US everyone has heritage from other places around the world, and it kind of gets lost sometimes. In fact, that's what I was going to talk about too in a moment. But that area in Kansas, I remember your grandma saying that there were German only churches.
Oh yeah.
So they would speak only German. And did your grandma know any German?
Very little. I don't think she knew a lot.
I think that's kind of the generational thing. Like
she's
her
probably
parents
I don't know how they said it, but,
Yeah.
you know, and speaking German would certainly be one of those things.
Yeah, so they tried to kind of assimilate to life, and that's similar to
Tell me about your family history.
Similar to the interesting point I wanted to tell you about my family history is that on my dad's side, my great-grandma and my great-grandpa, they are from around the area of Naples, Italy. And first, my great-grandpa went on a boat, came to the U.S., married someone, had 3 kids.
That's a good story.
And then his wife died. So he
that's
has
the bad part.
3 kids and no wife, and he's working, I'm sure, a really difficult job. That was not a time when you could be a single father.
This was in Pittsburgh, right?
They were either in New York or Pittsburgh, but by the time my great-grandma came, they went to Pittsburgh. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So he wrote a letter to his mother, who lived back in Italy, and he said, I need to find a new wife. Can you have a wife from our hometown that will come here to live with me and help take care of my 3 kids? So his mom said, no problem, I'll find you a wife. I got her. Here's her height, here's her dimensions, get a wedding dress for her. So my great-grandpa got a wedding dress made in the US, the right size and everything for his future mysterious wife. We call this a mail order bride. He basically ordered her in a letter, like you would a package. And he, I don't know what he did with his kids, but he went to Italy. And as legend has it, one day he was in the house. They were preparing things for the wedding. And he looked out the window and a woman walked by. And he said, oh, that's the woman I want to marry.
Who's that?
Was that his mail order bride? Nope. That was my great-grandmother. So
Was it her sister? The original woman's sister?
One of the legends is that it was woman's sister.
Adds to the drama.
But my grandma clarified this was her mother. She said, oh, he saw her outside the window and
She's just
said,
a random lady?
And well, this is all a little vague because this is going back quite some time.
Excuse me, ma'am, will you marry me?
Basically. And she was taller than his other supposed-to-be wife. So he married her. Her name was Antoinette. He married her. She said, yes, I'm going to move to the U.S. with you, leave my family. She must have had a really tough situation, I imagine. They were all farmers. I'm sure that was a really hard life, and that could give her some hope for the future. So in the wedding pictures, her dress is a little bit too short because it was not supposed to be her dress. It was supposed to be the other lady's dress. And I'm glad that happened because otherwise I would not be here.
That's Vanessa's origin story, really.
Yeah. And this lady, Antoinette, she moved to the US. She had 3 kids and then her husband died. So she had 6 children in a new country. Crazy story. She raised them and she's kind of what we might call the matriarch of my dad's side of the family.
Antoinette Monolfi.
Yes. Everybody who is from that side of the family knows her and reveres her. Said, oh, she was so amazing. Oh yeah, she just helped us survive. So we might say she was a survivor. She really went through a lot and she was the right person for the job because she made it work.
Nice.
So yeah, that's an interesting story about my family. I'm sure everyone has those as well. So I want to ask you the same question. Let us know in the comments, what's an interesting story or an interesting fact